Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here. I got another Alliance War video. This features node 20, and this has the strike counter fury node, armor, power drain, and typically I like to take this with the power focus 1 node up. It makes it easier. There's a whole bunch of fights on this video. Feel free to look in the description to jump around. There's a bunch of time codes that are all listed, so you can jump around to whatever fight you want. So first up, we have this guy in Omni. This was a rank 3 Dr. Doom, and you'll just see how good Thing can be on this node. He pretty much handles almost every matchup that is available on this node, and when you leave the power focus 1 up, it just makes it easier because you don't really ever have to worry about pushing a guy to L2 or L3. You can just pretty much do the L1s, and why Thing is so good on this node is because you can totally ignore the strike counter fury node and just let those furies build up, and they're going to start to hit so hard because they have so many furies. Like, look, right now he's got 9 furies, 10 furies. It's going to keep going up and up, but every time I parry, protection. And so the key here is to hold on to the rock stacks and don't throw a special, because you'll lose those, and then you take a little bit more damage than normal. But you can see Thing is particularly on a stubborn defender like this. He is also a stubborn defender, so I'm getting those perfect block chance buffs, passive buffs, which is helping me take little to no damage. And then protection with 20 charges, with 20 rock stacks and protection. Thing takes 0 damage, 0. So look, he's got 37 furies, and it's like almost impossible for Doom to do damage to me. And this is a rank 3 Doom. It's got suicides on, and with the way that I'm playing, I don't know why, but the AI is just very eager to dash in and not throw a special. So I mean, you see is just repeat. I hit a couple times, dash back, parry, and just repeat, and then I'll just end this, I think, with an L3 to finish him off in a minute. But yes, he had 56 furies. So that dude, one hit on anybody pretty much in this game, just touching them, they would die. So, boom, rank 3 Doom is down. If you look back at my health, the first 25 seconds I took 15% health loss. And then for the next 1 minute and 35 seconds, I took 3%. So this Thing is so powerful. And here we have a Emma Frost. Again, power focus 1 is left up. I'm gonna go back in with Thing, and he's just gonna wreck this fight. And with Thing, basically, I'm just gonna try to do a bunch of parries, double parries, to build up some of the rock stacks, and she's gonna get to an L1, and this is a unawakened Emma, so yeah, I mean, I guess just make sure that you know whether you need to reverse the controls or not. I mean, for the most part, most of the Emmas that I ever encounter are awakened, so you have the reverse controls, but yeah, this one isn't, so it has normal double dash back evades, and I've just been throwing L1s myself, and I just feel like that made it easier to keep pushing her to an L1. I mean, I do have 9 furies built up on her, but that's going to trigger protection now. But basically, I was just trying to throw my specials as much as possible so that I could keep her in a non-diamond form. So if I did need to parry, I could and get a stun off. But you can see, like, Thing is just built for this fight with that note on, and you can parry block those and get protection. And she's down. We're gonna move on to this next fight, and it's a Sentinel, and I believe this Sentinel is a stubborn. Yes, it is. So if you evade, you're gonna trigger that indestructible. And so I'm gonna try to block as much as possible, even on the specials. And I think I get this Sentinel up to like max 99 or something Furies, because I don't ever throw a special. Basically, I'm just doing like parry, medium, light, medium. I do get clipped right there at the very beginning, which is unfortunate, but I think from then on out, it's a pretty clean fight. And doing medium, light, mediums so that I build up less analysis, and so my hits will generally still crit and hit hard. You see I get clipped. I don't know if it's because of the way I was trying to play this guy, but I got clipped again at the very beginning of that special. But you can see he's at 22 Furies. So if you got touched by anybody, by this Sentinel, by anybody but being thing, you would just die. So every time he touches me, I'm getting protection. You can see that hit took one damage, 314 damage on blocking the special one, 0 damage. I do throw off an L2, and yeah, I mean, you can just see like how good that protection is on a max signature thing. He's up to almost 50 Furies now, and yeah, like 1 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage again. I mean, the protection is doing its thing with thing. I get clipped there again. I got clipped way too many times this fight, but he is at 62 Furies. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do get up to 99, maybe even past 99 Furies on this, and think can survive and still take this dude out. I think this would be a trickier fight with just about anybody else. I'm not sure who I would use as an alternative, but you would definitely need to make sure that you get specials off frequently, and when you do that, you're going to be building up analysis quick, so it's going to be a long fight regardless, because if you're not continually throwing off that special 1, most likely you're not going to get to a special 2 before you start building the Furies, and you start building the Furies, then you just need to make sure that you can't block. But if you block, or if you dex, then you're going to have to block to take the protection off. So it's just like a double edge here, where you pretty much have to be able to block, and thing just works so well. So 91, 92 Furies on this Sentinel. Yeah, this is just showcasing how awesome thing can be. I think I'm gonna get a parry and then finish him off with an L3. Maybe here. Should be able to finish him off. See that 90? You got to 99. I think it capped out at 99. And this is gonna take him down. So I do get clipped a few times, but protection helped. And yeah, Sentinel goes down. Let's see what this next fight is gonna be. I think it's a Dormammu. Yes, it's a Dormammu. Now, Thing can take this fight, but just with it being a mystic, typically I will just use Torch for these and just do slow play, where I'm just doing like a parry and a medium, a parry and a light, and so you'll see I'm just doing a very minimal attack. So there I've used my mediums and I'm just gonna parry a couple times and get the smolders built up. Got 8 smolder. Once I got to that L1, I lit it off because he's at 2 furies now. And yeah, and I think there's some other examples of this fight against some mystics where I take it even like slower, because you don't have to hit that much when you have a good amount of smolders, because the incendiary damage just does so much. So here we have an Iceman. I considered using Thing for this one, but I'm pretty certain I used Warlock just because of the cold snap immunity that he gets. And I'm gonna try to throw off special ones as frequently as I can so that I can keep those furies off. Keeping an eye on what my combo is, kind of mixing between medium lights, getting a heavy in. And you can see, I think it's a little bit later on, this is where Warlock is bugged. I think he still is bugged. I got clipped by that L1. Where if you do like a one-hit medium into a special one, yeah, right there, you whiff, and it's like, dude, that sucks. And luckily, he was super passive and he kept holding his block and he didn't hit me in my face. So after that happened, I was like, crap, I can't just like do a one hit. So I was just gonna make sure, even there I parried and I went into the special when he was still stunned and I still missed. So I'm like, dude, I got lucky I didn't get hit again. But you just really gotta throw off those specials. So there I did a light attack instead of a medium attack and it connected and it took him out. So besides getting clipped by that L1 towards the beginning, not too bad of a fight. Iceman goes down. Next up we have a blade. This one I do take Thing in. Now again, the power focus 1 is up. This is blade is a stubborn defender. Thing is a stubborn defender, so I'm gonna get those perfect block chance passive buffs. That's gonna help minimizing the damage, even though it's gonna be minimized regardless. And with that power focus 1, you can pretty much just consistently rely on blade never getting to an L2. And then you just need to be careful when he is above like a bar of power. His stun time is going to be less. Granted, you could see on that one it wasn't too bad. It looks like this guy doesn't have like max limber. If he did have max limber, it would be significantly shorter, and you'd have to be really quick on the trigger. And for this blade, I am still throwing off the L1s. For this one, I think you could do it either way. But so far I've only taken 7% damage from blocking. So it's not too bad. And now he's up to 7 fury, so he will be hitting hard. You can see protection. And once those furies are built up, whether you throw your L1 or not is not going to matter so much for keeping the furies off, because they're going to do the same amount of damage with triggering protection. But the L1s, even they do decent damage. So their blade goes down. Fairly simple, straightforward fight. Now we got a Warlock. Again, this is a Thing fight. Thing is not allergic. Thing is immune to armor breaks. He's immune to shocks, so you don't have to worry about the willpower healing that you might take when you get those debuffs on you from getting infected and throwing a special 1 or throwing a special 2. Granted, he's not going to get to a special 2 in this fight because he's got the power focus 1 node still on. But yeah, so this Warlock, the one nice thing is that this one is not awakened. So if you did bring somebody else in, you won't get the degen from when you're infected and you're healing. he'll just get power drained. He'll just get power drained. He'll just get power drained. And then air decks in the L1, and this guy's going down pretty dang fast. Because once you get your Furies built up, which with the Human Torch synergy, you build them up super fast on every block. You just convert them straight over. You don't have to wait out that timer at the 20 stacks to have it refresh and to convert them over. And you can see I'm already at 60. So 60 Furies is 4,400 plus attack for my rank 5 thing. So that's pretty huge considering his attack is already like 2,200. So his attack is basically around 6,600 or somewhere that around about that. And then boom, Warlock goes down. Another pretty clean fight with Thing. Here we got a Venom. And even though I got Symbiote Supreme on my team, I think that's mainly for a Nihilist later on. I'm bringing in Thing to this, and I believe I don't throw very many specials, and this Venom gets a ton of Furies, but that's not a problem with Thing. And we're going to take this dude down, and again, Power Focus 1 is left up, so he's going to be getting to an L1 fast, but after that he's not going to get to an L2, which for me is one that I don't prefer to go up against. And you can see that I haven't been throwing that special. He's already up to 8, 9, 10 Furies, and it's just protection. And it's super nice that Power Focus 1, he gets so much less power, and the L1 is just super easy to evade, and you can get all the parries and the blocks in that you want to remove Stubborn if you get a Dex. You can see though, like, look, I'm already 50 hits in, and I'm at 99%. And I've taken a ton of blocked hits, a ton of parries, and yeah, not really been an issue. Now if you leave up the power, if you take down the Power Focus 1, then you really have to manage the power gain. I mean, you can still block and whatever the special 2s, whatever the chant may be, but you just run the risk of basically eating an L3 if you happen to push them over for whatever reason. So that's why generally I think leaving the Power Focus 1 up is ideal. I mean, there might even be some alliances I think we don't even put a champ on the Power Focus 1 because I think it makes this fight a lot less risky. But yeah, so 60 Furies. I got those perfect block chances going, and I'm at 96%. He's at 47 Furies, plus his own regular 2 Furies. So I mean, this Venom would hit so hard if it wasn't for that protection. I think probably after this next one, I'm gonna parry him and then go for the L3 and take him out. Yes. So there we go again, 96%. So I took 4% damage, which is nothing. When that Venom, I mean, I can't even imagine what his attack rating was with the 47 or whatever Furies. Something just insane. Venom goes down. Now we got Claire up. And for this one, I believe I still take in Thing. Human Torch could definitely do this one. She will be throwing lots of L1s, which means you're going to get bleeds on, and that hinders Human Torch. And you would have to make sure that you're throwing specials very frequently, because you don't want her to get Furies, because then everything, including her bleeds, would be enhanced, if I'm not mistaken. So at the start, you just got to be ready that there's going to be tons of power gain. The power focus 1 left up, and then whenever she throws a special 1, she's going to be getting those clairvoyant charges, giving her power because things are bleed immune. Going to be taking off a few rock stacks. But yeah, I mean, and it looks like that this Claire has Mystic Dispersion. Maybe? I'll have to look on that next L1. Maybe not. Maybe it was, maybe she got, so this one is a flow, so you have to make sure that you turn off those power floods. And then every time she throws an L1, she's going to take off a few rock stacks. But she's at 20 clairvoyant charges, so she's not going to get that extra power gain any longer. And she's almost down. I've been throwing off my L1s on this one. I don't think there's really any particular reason to do it or to not do it for this fight. She's being really stingy with throwing a special. I could just probably keep hitting her. But just trying to make sure that I don't push her to an L3 with those power floods. And she goes down, so another pretty clean, easy fight for Thing on this strike counter Fury node. And looks like we got a connection issue, potentially. There we go. Next up, we got Red Hulk. And this one is another Thing fight. Sorry if that's getting old, but this is like one of the ultimate counters for this side on this path with the strike counter Fury and then the power snack node that's after it. I use Thing for almost all of those fights. Now on this one, I believe I do throw more specials, or maybe I hit into his, I can't remember if I, because his Furies are going to get built up. I think I just end up hitting into this guy's block. This guy's not a stubborn defender, and he does have suicides on, so I think I end up hitting into his block to push him over L1, just because he's going to have those charges, the heat charges, and so even in the block, I believe you take a reasonable amount of damage, unless you have protection up. Yeah, it's just, this guy's just killing himself because the power focus 1 just get him to a special 1 pretty much almost every single combo, and then I'm getting 5% recoil damage off of it. And you can see it's just special 1 after special 1. Yeah, I think I just ended up, just to kind of be safe, just hit into his block to push him over without having to like intercept or parry him, just so that I don't have to take any of the heat charges. And it works out pretty well. You know, I don't have any Furies, but he's already 21%. There I get clipped again, but protection saved my bacon. And yeah, I think 1 or 2 more special ones, and this guy's gonna be gone. Special 1, and nope, didn't kill him, but then he kills himself. So besides getting kind of hit there towards the end, Red Hulk's down. Now we got Luke Cage. This is also going to be, you guessed it, a Thing fight.
The defender.
And Luke Cage is a stubborn defender. Is that right?
Let's go.
Yeah, he is. He's a defensive guard type champ, which I guess makes sense, but as far as defender, I think it's a pretty terrible defender, because his special 1, special 2 is really easy to evade. And yeah, we're just gonna destroy this dude. lots of parries, lots of blocks, build up the rock stacks, build up the furies. I'm pretty certain I let this guy build up the furies, I believe. He's got 5, which is significant. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it's what, like 50% per fury. So you can let it get up there pretty quick. He's got his regular indestructible on, but this guy's going down pretty fast. Block that stuff. Protection is triggered. I got the max 60 furies. I'm just going to do some mediums in his face, and this guy's almost down. Yeah, so nothing too crazy with this one. Kind of been my standard. And finish him off with an L2.
Lights out. Okay.
Alright, so next up is this. It's a Doom. So if with Doom, Thing is an awesome option for this, leaving at the power focus 1, because he is shock immune. In the beginning of the season, I did this with Thing, but for whatever reason, I think I didn't do this. Yeah, I didn't do this fight because with Thing because the power focus 1 was not even there. So, you know, the guy could gain power significantly. And so here I'm just doing parry, and I'm doing a medium, doing a parry, a light, making sure I can build up to that special 1 and get it off, because I do not want Doom to get any furies, because if he gets those, he already hits hard enough. His block penetration is really, really good. But you can just see, like, just parry, tap, parry, tap, and he's gonna melt. And I'm getting lots of smolder, so my incinerates are doing a lot of damage, and I just feel like this method is really safe. And I wait out the Hazareth, and just parry, tap, and then he's gonna die. It was pretty clean. I did throw on the regen boost on there because I think I had the next fight that I was gonna be taking. Yeah, and so now here we got a Dormammu. Again, Thing can take this fight. You want to not throw any specials because you don't want to get those unblockable buffs on you and then get the degen. But here, I'm just going to do that same strategy. I'm just going to do a lot of parries, tap, parry, tap. I have max petrify on the mastery tree that gives 30% less power gain and regen under the stun. And there I think I just really slow on charging that heavy, and I get parried, so I lose about a quarter of my health because of that, which is unfortunate. But boom, Dorm is down. Nothing too crazy. So that's my method: parry and a tap with whatever attacks you might have, to make sure that you can, one, build power, and give the defender less power, and just make those smolders go to work, because the more you block, the more smolders you get, which means more incinerate damage. Now in this one, I wasn't going to bring in Thing because of the incinerates, the aura that Mephisto can have. I think that could have been an interesting combination. But here I just use my pre-fight, and if you look at this, like, before I can even really talk about it, this Mephisto is already hitting his souls to regen, and he's dead. And then I think I try to get my pre-fight back on later fights for later on, like for the bosses and the mini bosses and whatnot. Now here is the worst one. So I thought I could take this. I think this is the last fight of the season. thought I could take this with Thing. It was boosted. I was doing this whole path. I think I had another, like a Man-Thing power snack after this. And I thought I could take this Fury with Thing. And I do think it's possible. Here you can see I'm just trying to build up my rock stacks and my Fury so that when I do hit this dude, it counts for more. My damage is higher. And so far, so good. But the one thing that I should have thought of, I should have had my alliance mate take the power focus one, because that really screwed me over. You can see in just a little bit. So here I'm just blocking all of this stuff. No big deal. I'm still at 97%. It's going pretty good. I probably shouldn't have thrown that L2 because now I don't have any rock stacks. And now he's fully unblockable, and I miss the intercept, and I go in for attack and I get parried, and I'm like, holy crap, this is not going well. I try to get an intercept again and nothing. I try to go again. There, I do get it. Now we do push him over, so now he just has the Fury. He's not unblockable, but you can see, like, I can't get him to an L2, which is normally what I would want to do, and look at that. Oh, I blocked that L1 and it just wrecked me, and then I try to go in for an intercept and I get wrecked. So this is a good spot for Fury. I should have brought a mutant. I ended up having my alliance mate go in. He tried to quake it. He ended up failing, but he did get him to the last state. And so I'm like, no, I gotta get some revenge. Plus, I gotta get Thing revived because I'm the guy that was assigned, or I assigned myself to take the power snack next. So I heal him back up and I put on a regen boost, and I'm just like, I gotta get this dude, gotta get him down. And I don't know why, but I should have also had my alliance partner take down the power focus one, and I didn't. And I think maybe he wasn't around, and I had already boosted up, and my boosts were ending. I think that's why I went into this one sooner than probably I should have. But there you go. You can see, like, there, that didn't take much damage. Granted, he doesn't have any. He has one passive Fury, 2 passive Furies, and boom, I kill him. Whew. So that was the last fight of this season. 1 death in all these battles. Not too shabby. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.